Look at this graph. Just kidding. What's going on, everyone? No, really though. Look at this graph. This is the FTD graph for AMC. This is like very broad horizon as far as time frame. We're looking at literally the entire time it's been available. This data, and we're looking at the FTD chart. It's a beta, and you can tell because it's awful. It's trying to manage the chart. It's terrible, at least on a computer anyway. But look at this. So as far as when fails come out, relatively flat for AMC, right? And then as soon as we get to this 2017 point, we start to see some fails becoming relevant on the broader picture. The price just gets nosedived, right? From, its peak back in 2016, actually, was it 2016 or 2015? About even. So from 2016, we just see it completely tank, right? And then COVID starts, and not a good thing. At the same time, though, there was obviously some form of retail resistance or something going on, because we start to see fails coming in right here when the stock takes that first big nosedive. You see a little bit here, like when they tried to hit it the first time. You see some fails come up right here, and then they hit it again, big time, and then you see the fails become relevant. And then you see an even bigger hit, and then boom, we go tits up, right? So I think this is a broad image to show that this is crazy, and this is like we're literally in the clutter zone right here. Now, if you zoom in, this is for AMC, by the way, if I didn't say that, and we go to January, between January and June, look at that. I mean, both vertical. January 26th to June 2nd. We saw the highest price on June 2nd, according to this chart, which I imagine is accurate because it's from the SEC. However, before this, there's nothing, right? I mean, it's like whenever they try to hit it, that's when these fails become relevant. So, I don't know. To me, June 2nd, by the way, we had 5.4 million failed to deliver. I think they're stuffing these fails into these ETFs. Because remember, BlackRock, I don't think BlackRock started issuing their ETFs that were synthetic until, I think, 2019. Now, someone have to fact check me on that. I know it's fairly recent. It's nothing like way back here or anything. So we look at AMC and we see the fails, not really a factor until about November of 2020, when we all know around that time what was going on, COVID. If this is all tied together in some massive QAnon tinfoil conspiracy, that'd be nuts. It's really starting to look that way. I don't ever research that way, but everything just keeps lining up. So you see that the price line here is always above the fail line, right? And then all of a sudden the fail line's above the price line, and then we have a nice run. We're already getting these same signals right here that we got right here. I'm just saying, I mean, what's going to happen in a couple days here? Don't know, but things are getting heated, because if you zoom out, we're on the clutter area. This is it. Everything's compiled to this moment right here. By the way, if you were curious for today, 343,000 just today were failed. So my thought process is that they're stuffing these fails into these put options and call options, and that's where they are. They're in these ETFs. Because both of these ETFs that we were talking about, IWR and IJR, they both trade on the NYSE ARCA. So we know what exchange they're on. It's the NYSE ARCA. We know they're from BlackRock. Now, look at GameStop. Look at this beast. Since the day GameStop data came out for this thing, it was failing to deliver 1.256 million. I really, really, really think something crazy is about to happen. The reason you saw BlackRock step in is because they're the ones with the synthetic ETFs. And I guarantee you, I think they may be stuffing these FTDs into these ETFs. Because historically, as price goes up, fails go up. But all of a sudden, when we run tits up in January and trading's halted and all this other stuff, where are the fails at? Where are the fails at? The price is still up here. There is no way. There is no way. Where are the fails at? Relatively speaking. I think that's what they're doing. So I have another video coming out that's going to explain why I think this is the case even more so. It's related to ETFs. It's a more in-depth look at the process and the whole ecosystem as a whole. I just didn't want to make one very, very long video, so I'm going to get off this one and make another one. And it looks like this. We're going to go over the the process, how it works, how they're made, how they're redeemed, and the effects it should have on the market. So talk to you guys in a minute.